Imagine standing in the middle of a vast, empty desert. The wind is howling, the sun is beating down, and there is nothing but sand for miles. But then, you see something strange on the horizon. They look like skeletons, but they aren't human. They are massive, rusting giants made of steel. Welcome to one of the most eerie and beautiful places on Earth, the Great Train Graveyard of Bolivia. It looks like a scene straight out of a Mad Max movie, but this isn't a film set. This is a real place where dozens of antique steam locomotives have been left to rot under the endless South American sky. How did they get here? And why were they left behind? Today, we are exploring the Uyuni Train Cemetery. To find this place, you have to travel to the high plains of the Andes Mountains in southwest Bolivia. We are just a few miles outside the town of Uyuni, which is famous for its incredible salt flats. The air is thin here because we are over 3,600 meters means, about 12,000 feet above sea level. When you arrive at the cemetery, the first thing you notice is the silence. Aside from the wind whistling through the holes in the metal boilers, it is completely quiet. There are no fences, no guards, and no tickets to buy. It is just you and over 100 train cars scattered across the dusty ground. To understand why these trains are here, we have to go back in time to the late 19th century. In the late 1800s, this region was booming. The Andes Mountains were rich with valuable minerals like nitrate and silver. The British were very interested in these resources, and they sponsored a massive project to build a railway network. British engineers arrived in Uyuni with a big dream. They wanted to connect the mines in the mountains to the port cities on the Pacific Ocean. Uyuni became a major hub, a busy intersection where trains would carry heavy loads of minerals out to the world. For many years, this railway was the beating heart of the economy. The trains chugged back and forth, carrying silver, tin, and other minerals that made people very rich. But like many boom towns, the success didn't last forever. By the 1940s, the mining industry began to collapse. The minerals were running out, and the economy shifted. Suddenly, there was no need for these massive machines anymore. The technology had also become outdated as diesel engines replaced steam. Because it was too expensive to ship these heavy locomotives back to Britain or scrap them properly, the companies simply walked away. They drove the trains out into the desert, parked them on the tracks, and left them there. What happened next was up to nature. For over 80 years, these trains have been exposed to the harsh elements of the Altiplano. The strong salty winds from the nearby salt flats have eaten away at the metal, causing them to rust aggressively. Today, the trains are shells of their former selves. The wood floors have rotted away, and many of the engines have been stripped of their useful parts. What is left is a twisted, orange landscape of cogwheels, boilers, and heavy steel frames. Some of the trains have been covered in graffiti, adding a splash of modern color to the antique rust. Unlike a museum where you cannot touch anything, the train cemetery is a hands-on experience. Visitors are free to climb on top of the locomotives, walk inside the empty cabins, and take photos sitting on the giant wheels. It is a photographer's paradise because the contrast is so striking. The deep blue sky against the burnt orange rust is visually stunning. However, it is also a reminder of how quickly human achievements can fade. These machines were once the pinnacle of technology, symbols of power and speed. Now, they are just slowly returning to the earth. The Uyuni Train Cemetery is more than just a pile of junk. It is a monument to a forgotten era of industry. It stands as a ghostly reminder of the past, frozen in time in the middle of nowhere. It is a place that feels sad, but also incredibly peaceful. If you ever find yourself crossing the Bolivian salt flats, you have to stop here to pay your respects to these fallen giants. I hope you enjoyed this trip to the high desert of Bolivia. If you like this story, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And tell me in the comments, Would you explore an abandoned place like this, or do you find it too spooky? Don't forget to subscribe for more adventures into the abandoned and unknown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.